What's up, everybody? I'm James. Welcome to Mechanical Mayhem, and welcome to a bit of memory lane. I actually did a bunch of reorganizing. In fact, swapping two rooms around. I moved where we're currently sitting from the other side, another room, into here, and what was here into the other room, kind of last minute. So, in any case, in doing that, I have been reorganizing stuff, and not that I didn't know where this was, I just had to move it. So I was like, you know what? Let's take a look at my collection. Nowhere near complete or anything. In fact, I don't know how many cards there actually are. But let's take a look at the BattleTech trading card game. Or at least the cards in it. While the dishwasher's going off, you probably hear it. I don't know why it's so loud, but it is. So with that said, BattleTech had a trading card game. It was during the 90s, and pretty much one of those cases of, let's see if this helps the light at all, or this will make it blinding. Doesn't really do much, but whatever, we're going with it. I think kind of at the time was like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon like explosion. Magic the Gathering's still around, so very cool. I got a bunch of decks of that and cards, but I think like trading cards had like a bump at this time, and so BattleTech was really popular in the 90s, so it got itself a trading card game. I've tried to play it exactly one time with a buddy of mine. We read through the rules and tried to play the game, and we more or less did-ish. But I couldn't tell you what any of the rules are. So instead, I resorted to just collecting. So that's where we're at right now. I'm looking at, well, not where we're at right now. This is what I have going on with that. I'll pull a card out just to help. You can see the back of it. This is BattleTech. It's got the Timberwolf on the back because it's a very iconic mech. And look at that. An Ebon Jaguar known as a Cauldron Born. So I thought it was super cool. So I would get booster packs every once in a while, and I just decided to collect them because I wasn't able to play it very well. Didn't know anybody else who had any, so I did the only thing that I tend to do, and that is collect stuff as a kid. So here we are. This is just I broke it up by mechs in the front. So these are all different mechs, Stormcrows and the Ebon Jaguar we saw, Naga, Wyvern 2C, Novas, and so on. And when you go through it, eventually we'll get to Nomex. Now, as far as breaking it up, I didn't do anything with any rhyme or reason, outside of trying to put light mechs together. So I put light mechs with light mechs. Not light, like mechs with like mechs. As best I could. So I put like certain, the different Nova variants together as best I could. But what threw me off then, even now, is if you notice, I'm trying to zoom in a little bit here, we can see we have this kind of lighter border with a black border and then kind of like a non-black border, I guess like a turquoise, greenish, blue, I don't know. And then some of these have like an old artifact border from Magic the Gathering type of situation, and I don't know what any of that means. So I'll take it out since I zoomed in and I'm too lazy to zoom out. You see what I mean? Like that border is completely different. And I don't know why. I have not really looked up too much about the card game in terms of rarities or editions or versions or whatever. I remember collecting it until eventually I stopped seeing it. And I didn't buy boxes of the cards, just boosters here and there. So I have no idea how many cards are actually in the set, if you will. But we have some pretty interesting card art. If you're going to steal a mech. And we have an Arrow 4 battery right here. Just some pretty cool stuff. It's more... What I like about it, outside of the card art and some of the flavor text in some of these cards, because some of these cards are just full of rules and no flavor text, but some have flavor text. The things I really like about this is just a sense of getting to see more of the setting, like visually see more of the setting and experience it, because a lot of this stuff was in the video games at the time, but others weren't. Seeing the flavor text of certain like tactics or whatever they call them was also pretty cool. We have a Master Spy there, for example. I just really appreciate the art on these cards. Some of them are better than others, but I just really enjoy them, and I enjoy just the feel and overall kind of sense you get that you're in the BattleTech setting, and that's the big reason why I was such a fan of it as a kid and just wanted to collect it. So I just wanted to share that with you because I'm going to store this away somewhere, neatly. And before doing that, I wanted to kind of just show it a little bit. If you know more about the card game, definitely let me know. Of course, I can go check out, I'm sure it has a wiki somewhere just to go like the history of it. But if you know what the different borders in the cards mean, there's also got a bit of a different style to them in some cases. I'm not really certain if that means anything. I've checked, the backs seem to be the same. So I don't know if there's like a revised versus non-revised or whatever the case is. But pretty cool stuff. I like how, going back to the mechs, you'll have, especially in the case of the Omni mechs, the different variants there. So we got the Nova Prime here, and then we got an alternate configuration A here, for example. So I really like that. And we have a elemental point, which is pretty cool. So yeah, just some pretty cool stuff. Again, I couldn't tell you what's going on with the mechs per se. Just that, or the rules or anything else. Just that I do remember it involved kind of, I think, building. So you kind of do the cards face down, almost like morphing, I think. When that came out, and I forget the expansion for Magic the Gathering. But in any case, yeah, you like build them and then you put them in play. It was, for the mechs anyway, it was confusing at the time. I think that's because it was two kids who didn't know anything about the game trying to learn it. But I just like collecting it, so I did when I found it available, and I doubt we'll ever see a resurgence in the card game itself, but it's just cool to take a look at it through memory lane. So thanks so much for sticking through it. If you enjoy BattleTech and stuff like this, let me know in the comment section what you enjoy. Consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.